Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Make Do Review. My name is Jack,
And my name is Emily.
and on today's podcast, it's Christmas!
Yay!
Welcome to the 8 days of reviews by the Make Do Review podcast. Are you excited?
I am so ready for Christmas films, Christmas season. Let's get festive.
We've got our Christmas lights on. We're in our bedroom now, which is in our caravan, so we've vacated from our living area into the bed area to get all cozy and festive, you know?
We've got our tea.
Got our tea, and we're ready.
We are.
So this was kind of why we took a break. We wanted to prepare for this festive season. I know it's 12 days of Christmas, but we can only fit 8 episodes in because we 2 a week, 8 episodes.
Along with all the other things that go on.
So starting
Around now.
today, which is the 1st of December, when you'll be hearing this episode, and it will go on till Christmas Day on the 25th. I'm so excited.
Uh-huh.
Isn't Christmas time just the best time?
It is the best time. I love Christmas. I mean, I love autumn as a season, but I love Christmas in terms of like the festive stuff that happens.
100%.
Christmas, New Year's.
I had this conversation before where the build up to Christmas is the greatest time of the year. Like, you know, Christmas Day is great, but nothing beats the build up when you're getting everything ready,
I know.
you're snacking all the time. You know, everything, like the streets are covered in lights and Christmas trees.
You've got all the Christmas music, the
Yeah.
Christmas specials are on the
and
TV.
the music. Oh, of course. Christmas soundtracks on 24/7. Mariah Carey, bit of the bubbly. Love it.
We love Bublé.
Wee bit of the bubbly.
All the decorations.
Yeah, all the day. I absolutely love it.
And
My favorite time of year.
I love all the build up in terms of like going ice skating, going to a Christmas market, going to all the stuff up in London. I mean, I'm so excited that you're going to get to do that this year.
Yeah, we're actually going to the Christmas, what's it called?
Winter Wonderland.
Winter Wonderland in London with our friends from uni who we've not seen in a good couple of months now. So exciting times. Christmas is the best time to see your friends and family, and we're excited. And what a better way to start than with a Christmas movie. Isn't that right, Emily?
One of the loveliest Christmas movies.
But it can also be considered as a Halloween movie.
I know.
But the way I see it, it's a Christmas movie. 100%. I watch it every Christmas. I occasionally watch it at Halloween. But to me, Christmas in the title. It's a Christmas movie.
I feel like we watched it at the perfect time because it's halfway between.
It's halfway between,
Halloween
which is what
and
your dad said.
Christmas.
He went, you know what, it's halfway between. So, and to be honest, yeah, what a better time to watch it. And that movie, of course, is The Nightmare Before Christmas. So excited. With a runtime of 1 hour and 16 minutes, released on the 25th of November 1994, just 2 years before I was born, and only 2 days. We're recording this 2 days after it was released, which is annoying because I wish we watched that on the anniversary.
Yeah,
or
if we'd
something.
realised.
Yeah, directed by Henry Selick and written by, of course, the great Tim Burton. With a cast of Danny Elfman, who's the singer for Jack Skellington, and he also wrote the songs for this movie. And he also said it was the easiest job he's ever had because he related so much to Jack Skellington, and I love that. And the actual voice of Jack Skellington is Chris Sarandon. Apparently, he matched the voice, the singing voice of Danny Elfman, which is interesting. Catherine O'Hara is Sally, and Shock, who's one of the little henchmen,
Oh,
the
yeah.
girl. And then we've got Ken Page is Oogie Boogie, and William Hickey is the evil scientist. And yeah, that's it. Emily, what did you think of Nightmare Before Christmas?
I really love this movie. I have to admit that I only saw this film for the first time last year.
Yeah, you did. It was
With
me,
you.
me, and your friend Kayla who showed you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, it was so.
and my friend. Shout out Kayla.
I was about to say that's really odd. way of
What a way
phrasing
of,
that.
yeah, I know. I was like, wait, she's my friend too. Yeah, Big ups Kayla who showed this, who
Yeah.
introduced this film to Emily.
It's actually still her DVD, so Kayla, I will get that back to you
Oh
when
god,
I see you
busted,
this week.
absolutely busted. You might see it again. We'll see.
But basically, yeah, I
Just
really
get Disney Plus.
exactly. I really like this film. I love the animation style, and if you heard us talking about Corpse Bride over Halloween and stuff,
Oh yeah,
you know,
I'm definitely a huge fan of
the stop
stop
motion
motion. It's
animation,
timeless and
yeah,
it's incredible to
there's
watch
something
every
so
time.
charming, yeah.
Yeah, that's the word,
And
charming.
and the songs in it are so great. I
Yeah.
mean, they're so catchy, they're so well written. And they have such a fun style to them as well, like musically wise,
Mhm.
the melodies and stuff. And the characters. I really love the contrast between Halloween and Christmas, um, which is actually something that I'd like seen. Is that when they were writing this,
Yeah.
the whole thing that triggered off this inspiration was seeing the Halloween decorations being taken up and
Yeah.
replaced with like all these elves and Santa and reindeers, which
There was Tim Burton. It's
is Tim
yeah.
Burton. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. So yeah, and I think that comes across really well in this film, and it's kind of it's quite funny actually. And when you think about it, yeah, it is a bit
Like
weird.
Halloween is kind of rushed over, and then it's like straight to Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is weird that we have this like ghoulish, spooky, scary
Right
Halloween
before.
season. Yeah, right
Yeah.
before
Oh, do you know what? That's what.
jolly times of goodwill and
Yeah, I've never
giving.
thought of it that way. Like, yeah, it
No.
is literally as soon as all that's taken down, it's elves and Christmas
Yeah.
critters and everything, and it's all jolly and good cheer.
Versus
Whereas,
trick or treat
yeah,
and
exactly, and like
ghouls.
scaring everyone, and
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah,
And even the aesthetic, like visually, is so different as well.
yeah, like
Um,
colors and
which
everything.
obviously works great on film. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just love this film. It's quite sweet. What about you?
Well, for me, I grew up with this film. I remember it was my old friend back in Scotland who we used to watch this film all the time together. Um, yeah, one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies and Halloween films. I'll just put it out there. But yeah, it's an absolute classic. I love the stop motion. Watching it this time around, I was kind of like, oh, this is a bit dated now. Um, but obviously, stop motion's getting better and all that, and but
Mm.
it's still got that charm and the music. The whole soundtrack is fantastic. Every song, you know the words. It was like we were watching with your family and they hadn't seen the film before, and they're like,
Yeah.
"I've heard this song before." It's like, of course you
Yeah.
have. It's like everywhere. It's a
Dad was
classic.
singing "This Is Halloween" when he came in from walking the dog.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So yeah, I have nothing but praise for this film.
Mm.
It's kind of like dated now. It's like back in the 90s, so it like the voice acting's not as like amazing, and the stop motion's a bit sluggish, and but it looks creepy, which makes
Yeah.
sense. It's got like that old like rubber kind of like gooey like look,
Plasticine.
yeah, plasticine look, and
Yeah.
that gives it like the creep vibes, and it's like really odd and uncomfortable. But yeah, uh, that's probably the only fault I would give it is it's slowly outdated compared to like we literally our last review was like Frozen 2, and that's like
Yeah.
incredible animation, and actually Disney wanted to make a sequel,
Yeah, I
and
saw
yeah,
this.
exactly. So Disney wanted a sequel, but Tim Burton was like, and they wanted it to be 3D animation, and
Yeah.
obviously Tim Burton was like, no, because he's so protective of this film, and he's like, people don't want to see that. People have like love the film for what it is, and we're just gonna keep it that way, which
Yeah.
is so true. Because if they had out one year with like, I don't know, a Nightmare Before Halloween or something like that, or a Festive Cheer Before Halloween, like a sequel of some kind. Because Tim Burton was saying like, what can you do? Like Jack goes through like the Thanksgiving door, and that's it. He's trying to figure out Thanksgiving. So it's like,
Yeah.
what can you do? And it should be left the way it is.
I think so.
It's a lovely little tale of like finding yourself and like sticking through the same routine, and and then just being happy with what you are, and then there's also like a little romance tale in there as well,
Yeah.
and it's so sweet. I love all the music. Nothing but praise. Absolutely love
Hmm.
this film. Um, which is great because even though I grew up with this film and I've loved it for years, and you could just say that's nostalgia. You watched it last year and you absolutely love it.
Yeah, I do.
Which,
Because
yeah,
I think because of the animation style and the music and
there's a
the
charm.
story, yeah, it is just charming. And it is so different as well from anything else I'd seen. Like, as you said, it's not quite a fully Halloween film and it's not quite a fully Christmas film.
No,
It's
it's like
something in between.
it's that perfect middle ground, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's like they do kind of one of each,
yeah,
but it's not really about. It's like because obviously it's about Jack trying to figure out the meaning of Christmas and like what does it mean, and then it's legit. It's just believing in it,
yeah.
you know.
And I think
And it's the
that's,
same with Halloween. It's just you just believe in Halloween,
yeah,
you know.
I think that's what was such a lovely notion as well as something that is so inherently Halloween, trying to mimic Christmas,
Yeah, exactly.
trying to work it out,
It's
and
two worlds colliding, and
yeah.
then one world trying to like do its own version, but it just doesn't
And
work.
even when he's like delivering all the presents and everyone's, I mean, this is a spoiler, I guess, but when he's delivering
The
presents,
movie's been out for years,
yeah.
you know, like who's actually listening to this and hasn't seen it?
But yeah, when he's delivering presents,
Spoilers all out. We're going straight into it. We're
mm,
talking about this movie. Go on, Emily.
yeah. So all the presents start coming to life and like chasing people and eating things
Yeah,
and
because
the other.
it's made by like dead animals
Yeah,
and like creatures and
exactly.
yeah,
And it's just funny, and it's almost like kind of sad because like he's so pleased that
yeah.
they've pulled this off, and he's so excited, and he thinks they're celebrating and stuff, and it's like, oh no,
But
it's just so not
that's
what
what
Christmas is.
yeah, that's what's so great about like that song after he realizes that everyone hates what he's done. And then he's like, I tried my best. Like, how dare you, like, hate me for trying my best and trying to, like, create something
Yeah,
great. So, screw you. I'm going back to what I know best then.
yeah,
Which is kind of a
and he's
good
gonna do it
message.
even better.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like, do you know what? Why should I change? I'm great at what I do, which is a good message. If
Yeah,
you're good at something, stick to it, you know? It's fantastic. So, Emily, do you have any favorite moments or least favorite moments or anything you want to talk about?
I do. One of my favorite moments that just makes me laugh is when it keeps cutting between showing Christmas Town preparing for Christmas
Mm-hmm.
and all the elves making the toys, and then Halloween Town getting ready for Christmas and
Yeah.
all of them making the toys, and it's mirrored very like quite similarly in terms of the
Yeah,
actions of what they're doing
exactly.
and stuff.
So they're doing the right thing, like the
Yeah,
same
but
thing,
it's
but
just so different. Like the whole vibe and the things they're using and stuff is so different, and it just makes me laugh. It's so sweet, and then uh, I love Jack's Lamette with Sally kind of like following him right at the beginning.
yeah,
That's such a lovely. I mean, it's so beautifully animated, and also the song is beautiful as well.
yeah.
It's a really lovely moment, actually.
What when he's on like the mountain and then it's
Yeah,
the moon? Such a good.
it is so lovely.
The one at the beginning, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even at the end as well, when it
I
like
know,
comes back and
actually.
then it's
Yeah,
all snow.
snow.
Yeah,
That
that's really
those
nice.
two scenes, they're really lovely.
Cause like even though how like yeah, you have to admit this is like dated animation and it is starting to look not as nice, but like moments like that, it's beautiful, and
Yeah,
especially like Oogie Boogie's scene where it's like all neon and like it looks fantastic
I
and
know it
it's so
does.
stylized and cool. And I love every time that scene that it comes to the Oogie Boogie bits, I'm like, oh yes.
That was the other favorite moment I was about to
Okay. Go on
mention.
then. Go
Yeah.
on then.
So yeah, no, for the same reason that
Yes.
you've just said. I love that because again, it's like a different like kind of style with the colors and the animation, and the song is just so sassy.
Yeah.
I love
Oh
it.
yeah. Love the
Um,
sass.
yeah,
You're joking.
it reminded me actually of the Witch Doctor's song from Princess and the Frog.
I can see that. Yeah,
It's got that kind
definitely.
of vibe.
And it's got like the kind of neon colors and
Yeah,
all
where they're
that as
like, "Are
well.
you ready?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it probably is. It
that
may
kind
be
of vibe.
inspiration. It's just coincidence. I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, I could see that.
all the spookiness. What about you?
um, yeah, I love the first song with Jack Skeleton, where he's like, trying to figure out who he is, and he's and he's done with the same old routine and all that, because it's so relatable.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I complain about this all the time where I'm like, I feel like I'm in a routine and I want to get out of this routine because I never want to be in a routine. I want to,
I
do
know.
better and get better and do different things every day. And then when you're stuck in a routine, it really drags you down. So
Yeah.
it's like even like it's made way back in the 1994. It's still relatable today,
Mm.
like being stuck in the same routine, not really knowing who you are anymore. It's like really heavy stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And yeah, I love that because it still resonates with me. I don't think I was thinking that as a child. I just like the
But also
songs,
the
but
fact that,
nowadays, yeah,
yeah,
that's how
because
I
even
feel.
the fact that Santa comes over to Jack and is like, you can't expect to just steal someone's holiday, like take over someone
Yeah,
else's holiday.
exactly.
Like, it's kind of that thing of you, just because someone else is doing well, doesn't mean you can just take what they're doing and do it well yourself. Like, you
Hmm.
have to find your own thing that you're good at doing and do that as well
Yeah,
as you can.
I know.
It's very thought provoking.
The more you think about this movie, there's actually like really nice themes in it and
Yeah.
like messages for kids as well. Like succeed in your own way, don't steal other people's ideas, and come up with your own
Mm.
work and all that. So it's a film about a skeleton stealing Christmas. It has all these like really resonating messages. Is really impressive to be fair, but it just shows what animation can do.
Exactly.
You could have silly characters or like strange animals talking animals and all that, but if it has an interesting story and good concepts and great messages for kids, that's what makes a good animated film. You know, we just reviewed Frozen. I didn't really take anything from that. All I thought was this is a nice film. It's got good music, but I never really saw any powerful messages except for, you know, you know, I don't know. Maybe I don't think anything from that film, but anyway.
But the thing is, when we were talking about Frozen 2 yesterday, the more we dove into it, the more
Yeah, I guess.
messages you see.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what's missing from animated films. I feel like they're just churning them out, like as fast as they can, when really animated films was a great way to give kids like you know things to learn about and things to think about and all that, but show it in a fun way.
Mm. I don't think that's necessarily like just the animation.
Mm.
Like a lot of like kids stuff. I think the majority of the kids stuff is like that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're talking about an animated film, so
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But yeah, kids movies in general, they're just I feel like they're easy cash grabs or whatever, when really you could actually like get kids inspired and make them think and all that. The kids aren't stupid.
But I think
So
that's what they've done with Frozen.
what done what the
Like took their time and like make people think and stuff.
yeah, sure.
This podcast is now about Frozen 2 again.
Stop. we got to move on. I don't even know. It was the first thing that came in my head because of the last thing we watched.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Other favorite moments for me, Oogie Boogie, of course.
Yeah.
Every time it comes to him, I'm so happy. His song is so sassy and so catchy. I love the colors and I just love the beat. And then especially when like Jack comes to save him, and
Oh.
he tries to he thought he's bested him, killed him, and then he flips over, and then Jack's just like sitting there with a pose, hand on his head, and all that, posing like a badass.
I know. I
Like
love that moment.
yeah, right. And then he's like like shivering, like scared, like oh my god, it's Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
What are you doing here? And it's great.
He's
I,
just like rolling the gambling dice and
yeah, I love that. I love that theme. Like you a gambling man. It's
I
great.
know.
Snake eyes.
These characters feel like they can belong in the same universe as Coraline.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, and it's the same kind of style as well,
Yeah.
stop motion. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Coraline, or Coraline reminds me of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's got like that kind of horror theme. Whereas this one is more kid friendly, I would say, than Coraline.
Mm.
Yeah, I would say Coraline's more messed up.
Yeah.
but in a good way. I really like it. Tim Burton didn't do that, did he? I don't think. I don't know if he did.
I can't remember now.
I'll look it up, and you tell me, uh, if there's anything, rewatching it again. This is only your second time watching it.
Mhm.
So is there anything that kind of popped out to you, like maybe you weren't so sure about, or is this like
I can tell you this:
okay?
the "Kidnap the Sandy Claus" song
Hmm.
creeps me out.
Really?
It makes me feel so uncomfortable.
In what
I
way?
just, I don't really know. I think it's that thing of like watching it, and I'm like, if I was a kid watching this,
Yeah.
and they're talking about all the things they're gonna do to Santa Claus, or like Sandy Claus,
Kidnap the Santa Claus.
and it's like that little like shrill voices, and
Yeah, it's great. How
gives
can
me
you not love it?
gives me shivers. Like, oh my
You're like
god.
crawling in your seat, like, oh my god. Yeah, it's great. I love that song.
Like, if I saw those children, like if it was in real life and that was happening, I'd be like,
Do you know
whacking
I've
them with
never seen
sticks or
anyone
something,
dress
like,
as
get away.
them and as Halloween, and it was such an easy costume
Yeah, I know.
because all they wear is like paper masks. Kidnap the Santa Claus, throw him in a bag. How can you find that scary?
It's just creepy.
It's so not creepy.
It's creepy.
I
And
found
then they're
out.
getting all their weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like,
exactly.
oh my
They're
God.
kidnapping Santa Claus.
But that's not even like, oh. And then they want to give him to Oogie Boogie, and they
Yeah,
do give him to.
because they're workers for Oogie Boogie. They're like henchmen.
That
They even
whole
say they're
thing just
henchmen.
makes me very unsteady.
Yeah, 'cause they're little shits.
More
They're not
unsteady
even
than
good.
skeletons and ghost dogs and
You just
anything
don't.
else.
You just hate children.
Just they're creepy. They're not children.
Yeah, they're henchmen for Oogie Boogie.
God.
I just realised the director of this film, which is Henry Selick, directed Coraline as well. That's why it's similar. There you go. See how you think about these things, and it's like, oh wow, actually,
That makes sense.
that's
now.
why they're similar.
Yeah.
But there you go.
I have to say, I think watching it round a second time,
Yeah.
there wasn't as much Christmas in it as I thought there was.
Yeah, it's
like-
not until the end, really.
Yeah, like when they're preparing
It's
for
a
Christmas and
build up
stuff.
to Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as
It's the nightmare before.
well, yeah, it focuses more on that. So yeah, it wasn't as festive as I remembered it being.
It's not really festive at all until we well, it's not festive until he goes into Christmas Town,
Yeah.
for the first time. That's when.
But
it's
even then, when he
festive.
brings it back out to like Halloween Town,
Yeah.
it didn't feel as festive as I felt like it had kind of been before.
All right. Okay. Did you think it was festive? A lot more festive.
Yeah,
The
the
first
first
time?
time, yeah.
All right.
Whereas
okay.
this time, I'm like, oh, there's not as much kind of Christmassy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's more of him figuring out Christmas
Yeah.
and understanding Christmas, and then he realizes that Christmas he can believe it without seeing it, which is the
Yeah.
message of Christmas.
But I do like when he's like trying to
Believing
explain
is
that to him.
seeing. What's that?
You know, when he first comes back and he's trying to explain it to him,
Yeah.
and he's like showing them the Christmas tree and the presents, and they're trying to guess what's in it, and he's like, no, that's like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that moment.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
quite funny.
him trying to explain like a new holiday, whereas they're just like, oh, what? How do we scare them? Like, is it got dead rats in the box and all that? And then they're all getting excited because they think it's new ideas to make their Halloween scarier. But then he's like, no, no, no. The whole point of Christmas is to have fun and be merry and cheerful. And then he just gives up at the end. And
Yeah.
he's like, I'll just please them. But oh well, what can you do? I'll figure out on my own. And
Yeah.
they can just
Go
make
along.
them happy.
What did you think?
Yeah. Watching it after like the 100th time, it must be now. Yeah. I was obviously watching it, but it got to the point where I was like not watching it anymore. Where I was like,
Yeah.
I know what happened, so it's just a background movie to me now. You know how when you have a movie where you're just like, I'll just stick that on so I can do stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you're like studying or like cleaning up or something, I'll just stick this movie on. And I know what's happening. I don't need to watch it to understand it or whatever.
Mm.
So it's turned into that kind of movie for me now, which is probably what a lot of Christmas movies are like for like people nowadays.
I think so, but there are still those certain ones like Love Actually and things like
Yeah,
that,
I'll
which
still
we'll be
watch it
talking
because
about.
there's yeah. It's a secret surprise.
There are still other Christmas films
Yeah, I get you.
out there
Yeah,
that I do like.
definitely.
I just engage with a lot, and I really enjoy watching.
It's like because we were talking about this before. When you actually think about it, when was the last great Christmas movie made? To me, it's like early 2000s.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, like with Love Actually, Holiday, and stuff like that. Because like if you go on Netflix right now, they are like spewing out Netflix original Christmas
It's
movies.
very much the cheesy
Uh,
Christmas romance films now,
exactly. That's
which I'm.
obviously what's selling, and the only Christmas movie I've seen coming out like in cinemas is that Last Christmas.
Yeah,
Which I don't know if we'll see or not. Um,
if we have money after buying people
yeah, it's an
gifts.
expensive time of year, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Like, when's the next time like It's a Wonderful Life is gonna get made?
Saying that, It's a Wonderful Life didn't do too well when it first came out.
It's very true, actually. Well, that happened to a lot of movies back then. I think. I
Mm.
think people didn't really understand, like, what's considered to be the greatest movie of all time, Shawshank Redemption. That did terrible. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's interesting when you think that. But if you think nowadays, when's the next big Christmas movie ever going to be made?
I know.
What's going to be the next classic?
Well, I don't know if we'll know it's a classic until many years afterwards.
Exactly. Like
Like until we're watching it with our own kids, being like,
yeah, exactly.
and it's a
Like
film that came out when
and
we were adults.
in my head, like if I ever have kids, I can only picture as me showing them the Christmas movies I grew up with.
Yeah, same here.
You know, because like I would say we grew up the best time for like Christmas movies
Yeah,
because we obviously grew up with like The Grinch and you know all those kind of movies and Nightmare Before Christmas. Well, for me, not for you. Um, like our kids, like in the next generation, are they gonna get those kind of movies?
mm.
You know?
I used to watch as well. There were two other films that I remember watching a lot, and I only really stopped watching them every Christmas in like my early teens.
Mm.
Was one about the nativity, but from the donkey's perspective.
I'm
It
sure.
was really sweet,
Oh right, I've never heard of that.
and it was like the animals having to like help Mary and Joseph to like Bethlehem safely and
Oh.
stuff. And then there was another one which was like the Tweenies special Christmas film where they end up like getting really small and like playing in all the toys and stuff.
Oh.
Those were great. Do you have any little childhood ones that were a bit obscure that you remember?
I remember like we were talking about this the other day, which was like I think it was like I can't remember what it was called, but it was a Disney one where it had like Mickey Mouse and all that, and like Goofy and all that, and it was like 3D animated, but it was like really early 3D where it looked like toys. You know how like Toy Story
Yeah.
came out and it did so well because animation back then just looked like plastic.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like that, and it was like a Halloween stories where it was like Mickey and Minnie Mouse were like trying to get each other presents and all that, but you know like Mickey had a harmonica, so he sells his harmonica to get Minnie a necklace for a pin that she has, but Minnie Mouse sells that pin to get him a box for his harmonica. It's like stories like that. And
Mm.
that's the only one I can really think of. Um, but yeah, like I loved you know like cartoon Christmas specials as well.
Yeah.
They're always fun.
They
But
are.
I don't know. Like it's interesting to think about. Like you know we're sitting here talking about like our favorite our favorite like Christmas movies, but like down the line, are these still going to be like people's favorite Christmas
I
movies?
know.
You know, there's a good few out
But
there,
I
but
was thinking this about Christmas music as well, actually. A
oh
lot of the
yeah,
Christmas music that we love and listen to came out when our parents were younger, or our grandparents
Yeah.
even were younger,
Cause
like in the
even, cause
70s.
even if like a pop star did a Christmas song, it's like a rehash of old Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
Or like they do their own new ones, and if you're a fan of that artist, you maybe would listen to it, but no one else really does.
no.
You know.
Speaking of songs, did you
Yes.
have a favorite song from The Nightmare Before Christmas?
I love This Is Halloween.
Yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's this? But those are like such obvious
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite ones is Oogie Boogie song, which is actually just called Oogie Boogie song, and
Yeah.
Sally's song.
Oh, that's a nice one as well.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
I think I really like the two main cliche ones though, because this movie is so new to me. So these songs are fairly
To be
new to
honest,
me.
I love all the songs.
Yeah, the
The-
whole soundtrack is
There's
fantastic.
not a song that I hate, and the fact that the writer of the songs, Danny Elfman, said that this is the easiest soundtrack that he's ever made is mental,
I know.
because it's so well made and it's
Yeah.
so good, and they still tour it. You know,
I can't believe.
Danny Elfman and like some of the cast members, like Catherine O'Hara who plays Sally,
Yeah.
they go out on tour, and I think it's
That is
still
pretty
on right
cool.
now. Like they just sing all the songs. I think they just play the movie and then they come out and sing
That
the
is
songs.
pretty cool.
And I think the original voice actor for Boogie Boogie might still do it as well.
Oh.
So it's something I've always been interested to see. It would
Yeah.
be so fun to see. And also, Dan Catherine O'Hara is in another Christmas movie. Can you take a guess which one?
Is it another animated or
No,
another?
live action.
Is it one we've watched already? That's
No. It's a classic one though.
classic. Oh.
She plays a mum.
Oh my gosh. Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. There you go. Yeah, she's the mum in Home Alone,
Oh.
and she's also in Beetlejuice, another Tim Burton film.
Yeah, because I knew the name, but I couldn't like picture.
Yeah.
I have an interesting fact for you that I have just discovered.
Oh wow. Go on then.
Did you know
No.
there are actually 7 doors on trees that you can see only fully
Can I try
at the
guess
beginning.
them?
Go on then.
Right. Okay. So, obviously Christmas,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving,
Yep.
St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Those are the only ones I can think of. Wait. So only 3 more. So there'll be a
Yeah.
Halloween one.
Yep.
Yeah.
A pumpkin.
A pumpkin. What's the other two?
There is that we see this character accidentally get kidnapped.
Easter, of
Yep.
course.
And there's one more, which is the one that people miss the most.
Oh, okay. So what is it?
So on one door that can be seen only at the very beginning for a few seconds, it has a red, white, and blue firework to
Oh,
represent
Guy Fawkes Night. No.
American Independence Day.
Oh, July 4th. Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, they have Thanksgiving on there as well, which we don't celebrate either.
That's true. Well, I could see Thanksgiving, but July 4th just seems a bit random. Fair enough. That's probably why you.
They go all out.
That's true. Maybe that's why you only a little bit see it. Like, yeah, they needed one more.
It's like just a little
Yeah.
nod.
I would have never thought of that. Because I think St. Patrick's Day is quite a random one, but fair enough. You can,
Yeah, same here.
yeah. But yeah, Americans celebrate it more as well. It's quite an American.
True. Well, I
holiday.
mean, to be fair, if we actually go out and celebrate St. Patrick's Day,
I
like
do love it. I do love going
I
out for a
do.
nice cold Guinness.
like my grandma used to really celebrate St. Patrick's Day as well, being from Ireland and stuff. I don't know. I feel like
I
maybe
bet she loves it.
I feel like over here, like in England, it is maybe just dying down a little bit.
Oh, we'll see.
I don't know. Now we're getting very deep into different holidays. What is your opinion on St. Patrick's Day?
I don't know.
Who knew? What
We-
about St. George's Day?
What? What
The
about St
English
Andrew's
Day.
Day?
Why haven't we got
What about
doors?
Robbie Burns Day?
What about yeah,
Yeah.
5th of November fireworks night?
I mean, if they did make a sequel, I guess you could just have them
Can we do
going
an
through the
English
different.
version?
What's the English version
I don't know.
then? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now I'm trying to think of something witty to say, and I have no, I have nothing.
Uh, don't know either. Then you have another fact for us about how long it took them to make the movie.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
my fact.
I know you said I was looking for facts for this film, and every fact I hit out with, Emily's like, no, that's my fact. So now Emily has all the facts for us today, and she's not even saying them.
I forget that I have facts.
You have facts. You have things to say.
So it took a crew of 100 people 3 years to create this film.
Mental.
I know.
Can you imagine that? Because it's literally you move it. You're just moving these figurines, and they've got like full sets to make, and you're just moving
Yeah.
at the tiniest bit
'Cause
to
it
make like a
says-
second.
It says for 1 second of film, up to 12 stop motion moves had to be made.
So you needed 12 moves to make one. Oh,
1
mad.
second.
And then it's like an hour and what? 16 minutes. Crazy.
It is quite short.
It is quite short, but it's respectable. Like that's the thing with this film. It's straight to the point. There's no really any messing about.
My dad was quite disappointed because he was like watching the beginning. He'd never seen it before. And then he went off to walk the dog, and then he came back and he was like, "Oh, is the film finished?" And I was like, "Yeah, but DVD's there if you want to watch it again." He was like, "Oh, maybe."
Oh, did he really want to watch it?
I think he just thought that it would still be on, so he could like kind of jump back in when he got in, but
Oh,
it was over.
oh, bless him. Oh well, next time we'll get him next time.
Yeah, next year.
Mission failed. Any other facts, Emily? That you can whip out?
Let me scroll. Jack got me a Kindle for my birthday, and now I use it for everything now.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So basically, during Oogie Boogie's song, there was supposed to be a section where bugs came out of his eyes and danced on his hands before he like belches them off. But they removed it because it was too difficult to make the miniatures of the bugs. And there was also supposed to be another one where his shadow dances on a rotating orange background.
Uh-huh.
And it was traditionally animated, like using stop motion, but it was cut. But the lyrics from that section are still included in the soundtrack. They just don't show the little bit that they were actually going to have for that little section.
Interesting.
So it's funny the amount of footage that must have got cut or like that never ended up getting fully made because it was just too difficult.
Too difficult. Yeah, because you don't think of that because it's not getting just drawn. They have to actually move the pieces around.
Make it and move it, yeah.
Yeah, must be hard. I mean, it's impressive watching it. I absolutely, shout out to stop motion animators because it's absolutely incredible to watch every time.
Yeah.
Because the more you think about it, you're like, oh, how did they get it to do that? Like
I know.
think of think about the whole opening act, where it's just this massive musical number of "This Is Halloween," and it's like so much going on.
I know.
And it's so good.
You have to have someone watching every single thing in there.
Yeah,
In that
exactly.
little sequence.
Because it's brutal. The more you think about it, the more impressive it gets. How dare you?
Me?
Yeah, it was you.
Oh.
It's not me.
I was looking around in disgust, like, chat.
Who was that? It was you.
What was it?
It was your phone or whatever.
It was probably the Kindle. I've still not worked out all the settings.
Oh my god. What is happening?
So, Jack,
Mhm.
overall, what are your feelings towards this film?
Absolutely love it. That's it. End the podcast. No. Legit. I don't know if it's just 'cause like I grew up with this film, or it's just nostalgia and I have a soft spot for it. But either way, like I absolutely adore this film. It's just so like fun and heartwarming, and you know, it's just it holds a special place in my heart. This little old heart of mine.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I have so many memories with it. You know, it's still a movie that still gets thrown about today. You know, like you still see merchandise for it and all that, and you know, things to do with uh Nightmare Before Christmas, and
Mm.
things like that. Like what I was saying earlier, you don't really get instant classic films anymore. Like with this, it's been out for so long, but it's still known and it's still getting shown today. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Do not. I say this every time. Do not eat and do a podcast because
We still do it every
some
time.
noises, like the noises that come out of my stomach.
We just ate a full
Yeah,
Chinese.
exactly. So it doesn't help. Um, but yeah, like yeah, watching it again, it has definitely turned into like a background movie for me. It's like uh, something I can stick on the back, and I know what's going on, and
Yeah.
I don't really need to fully engage with it anymore because I know the songs
I
and
kind of
I
feel a
know the
little,
beats.
yeah, I was gonna say I kind of feel a little bit the same because I think because I didn't grow up with it, like although it's still nice and charming, I've not got that vested interest like I do with all the other ones that give me that nostalgic feeling.
Yeah, but every time I see it, it just reminds me of Christmas every time. It's got some really nice messages in it. Um, now that I think about it as an adult today, um, it's actually really good for children. Like a message about, you know, stick to what, not stick to what you know, but if you're good at something, thrive on it, and don't doubt yourself, but and try and change your routine every now and again and all that, and
Yeah.
it's great, and it's a nice spirit. It's a nice message about Christmas as well. How I just love it. I love it to bits. I would give it a 4 out of 5. 4 Christmas tree doors out of 5. Emily, what did you think of A Nightmare Before Christmas?
I do really like this film. Um, it's just so sweet and charming and funny, and it visually looks amazing, and the music is great. But I think because I was late to the bandwagon, as it were, like I don't have the same kind of nostalgia for it, so it is a bit like, oh, this is like a fun thing to have on, but like the novelty for me this time watching it a second time around had kind of worn off a little bit. Um, Not that it's not good, it's just I'm not on that high of it, I guess. So I think overall I'd probably give it a 3.5 because
What? No, fair play.
just because like the music and like I can't fault it. It's just for me, like and
It's
how
definitely
a
a film
Christmas
you have
film.
to grow up with, I
Yeah,
think.
it doesn't give me the same feeling that other Christmas films give me, but I can appreciate it for like what it is, and yeah, it is still one that I will like watch at Christmas probably next year as well. But it's not
Yeah.
one that I'm gonna be like so hyped and like, oh, we have to make sure we watch this
Yeah,
one.
it's not your Christmas film that you go. It's not your go-to.
No.
Yeah, fair play. Um, but yeah, this is our first episode of the 8 days of reviews. We hope that you enjoy it. We're super excited for this. We love doing the Halloween month as well, the
Mm.
Halloween spectacular, and we're gonna try keep up with these themes for anything that's coming up. And we're super excited about it. Um, Thank you so much for listening as well. We've surpassed like 200 listens as well, which is
Mm.
amazing, and we would love to hear what you think about the podcast. You can send us voice messages on Anchor with any questions or any opinions of on the films that we review.
Yeah.
Ha-
Let, I
Sorry.
was gonna say, let us know what Christmas films you love watching.
Exactly. What's your go-to Christmas movie? What's the movie that resonates to you, and calls out Christmas for you.
And are you a fan of these cheesy romance
No,
Christmas
no
films?
one is. A Night Before Christmas.
To be fair, like I do, they're the kind of films that like if you're at work late and I'm just on my
No,
own
I
and
would
I'm like
not watch
if
it.
I'm like tidying
I
or
would
like
watch it
doing
for
the
a
dishes
laugh.
or something that
Yeah.
I put on
I would totally watch it to
in the
make fun of it,
background.
but I wouldn't watch it seriously. But yeah, please make sure you follow us on all social medias such as Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the Make Do Review. And please email us for any questions or opinions or your thoughts at the Make Do podcast at gmail.com. But thank you so much for listening. We are so excited about Christmas. We've got seven more episodes to go, and we hope that you love our choices of films. These are not. This is. I should say now. This isn't a ranked order. This is just our pick. Mine and Emily's list of Christmas films combined into a list that we thought would be great for everyone else to listen to.
There are many that didn't make it.
Yeah, there's loads that we wanted to put on, but obviously we can only fit 8. But we're happy with this list. But they're in no particular order.
Yeah.
Just there was an order to do with the intro song, but we've changed that. Whatever.
You don't really need to know.
You don't
that
need to
we
know
had
that.
order,
But anyway, anything else to add, Emily?
No, just that I hope you're enjoying the Advent season, the build up to Christmas. We hope you've got your chocolate Advent calendar cracked open for the first time
We
today.
don't. We need to get one.
Hopefully, by the time you're listening to this, we will have our Advent calendars.
Yeah, I hope so. I never got one like. I haven't had one in the past 3 years.
We'll fix that.
How sad.
Don't you worry.
So Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Merry Christmas.
hope you enjoy the holiday season. And we will see you next time for our second review.
Exciting.
My name is Jack.
My name is Emily.
And that will do.
That will do.
Merry Christmas.
Woo!